We're on in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, pumpkin pie land? Halloween just passed. We are into November. It is the home stretch of the fantasy season. I'm Danny Sess. This is Sess Says. Welcome back. Okay, so we are about a week away from the trade deadline, which means buyers, it's time to go out there and make your big move. You want to compete, you want to go for it all, this is the time to do it. Sellers, you're in the bottom of the league. You're going to have to forfeit your season, but there's some positive. You go out there, you sell your assets, and you prepare yourself for next season. I know it's not the most sexy thing at this time of the year, but you look at a team like Year of the Liger. They enter this season with a couple extra draft picks, and they put themselves in a really good position to win. Okay, so now before we get too much into fantasy talk, I want to show you a little bit of a commotion that was going on at Sess Says Studios the other morning.
Hey, Seth, the fax machine's going out of control.
What? What is this? You want it? You got it. So after I received those faxes, there was only one thing I could think to do. Pack my bags and head to the Deutschland.
Okay, I am getting on the plane, going to meet up with the head coach of Faxing Berlin. Next stop, Germany. All right, we just arrived. Next stop, Berlin. Taxi! Okay, we have triangulated the exact position of all of the faxes coming from Coach's headquarters located right behind us. It's been a long journey, but I'm going in for an interview with the coach.
Well, we made it. Facility of Faxing Berlin. I've traveled for 12 plus hours to be here. I'm here with the only guy who leads the league in trades every consecutive year, Matt Berzik.
How you doing, Dan?
Hey,
Great to see you again, bud.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm glad you found the place. Finally got those letters, huh?
All right, so the last time we saw you, you drafted Jordy Nelson in the second round.
Oof.
You kept Alshon Jeffrey. You had no fourth round pick, no fifth round pick, no sixth round pick, and here we are, no problem. Matt, what happened the past 11 weeks
Here we
since
are.
draft day?
Best I could say. I mean, back in August, I told everybody, stay tuned. I did not lie. Did not lie at all. Would never do that. Basically, it all started following Green Bay Packers every day, between Jeff Janis to T.Y. Montgomery, back to Jeff Janis.
Yeah, you
to,
knew one of
James
those guys
Jones.
was going to catch a lot of passes in that offense.
Every day, exactly. Basically, next step in the process, had to get a running back. Adam Unoff, I just want to thank you once again for Devontae Freeman and your little blunder there. I don't know what happened there. Maybe you read something a little different than I did, but
Yeah,
that's all right.
Umanoff drops him. He was a free man. You pick him up.
And I was lucky enough to basically just scoop him up right then and there. Basically, my whole strategy this year, I kind of had no loyalty to anyone. So if you didn't perform, you were done. Took you out of the lineup and then just threw in whoever I thought would perform. Basically, it's been a gut instinct type of year, and it's worked out for me so far.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can argue. You are easily the coach of the year as you stand here in second place.
We'll see. Still got a long way to go, though.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
It was a no-brainer when I got the opportunity to come here. I had to come see the facility and pick your brain a little bit.
Nice.
So, Matt, I prepared a little bit of a game for us to play.
Okay.
You are the head coach of Faxing Berlin. I want to play facts or fiction, okay?
I say something, you tell me true or false, basically.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's start with, there are 3 teams currently with only 2 wins. We're going into week 9. Fact or fiction, they can still make the playoffs.
Seth, that's going to be fiction on my part. Basically, 2 wins, you're in too deep of a hole. You basically got to almost, I think, run the table to make the playoffs. You know.
I'm surprised by your answer, and you're the only coach that ever made the playoffs at 6-7 and won the Super Bowl. So if anybody knows you can do it, it's you.
Yeah, I mean they could do it, but it's tough at this point. You're looking at probably eight or seven straight wins there.
And stuff. I know White lost Le'Veon, and maybe you're right there. All right, let's look back at the top. Jude 7-1, only player to never make the playoffs. I feel like I ask this every year. This is the year Jude makes the playoffs. Fact or fiction?
I'm gonna say fact on that. I think Jude makes the playoffs, but I swear he better hope to get that first round bye, because if he doesn't, he's not going far. It's gonna be a first round exit. See you later, Jude. Better luck next year.
And Jude's had some bad luck recently. Ja goes down. Steve Smith is out for the year now. So who knows how that?
Jude, listen to me. You could do it though. I did it. You could do it. No problem.
All right, let's go to the next question. That Jude's in first. You're in second. The team in third has the most points. Some say they have the best team. Do you agree? Umanoff in third place has the best team in fantasy.
I'm going to say fiction on that. I think actually on paper, Andrew Iger has the best team. Whether or not he puts it together week by week, we'll see. That's why they play the game, as the commish once said.
Yeah, I like Iger's team a lot here as we head into the home stretch of the fantasy league. So looking at some of these on a player basis here. Tabor, earlier in the week, had the #1 waiver priority. He picks up D'Angelo Williams.
Great move.
Fact or fiction, Williams is a top 10 back for the rest of the season.
I'm going to say fact on that one. When he's got the majority of the carries this year, week 1 I think he got around 14 points. Week 2 he got 29 points. And last week when once Bell got hurt, Williams took over and got the majority of the carries there, and he got I think it was another 14 points. So
yeah, he's looked really good in limited action, and that's a great pickup. It would really be terrible to maybe, I don't know, use that waiver wire.
Running back's been very thin all year for everybody, and it's if you can get someone that puts up consistent productivity like that, I would say definitely a top 10 pick.
Okay, so looking at the rest of the teams there's a couple teams with only 3 wins, a couple teams with 4 wins. Not necessarily a fact or fiction, but let's pick your brain a little bit. Give me one of these lower teams that you could see making a run here for that 6th seed.
I like Bo here to make a run. He's got a strong team, strong wide receiver. He's got definitely a top 3 player there in Beckham. He's got good running backs. Whether or not they can put it together, we'll see. One of them coming to mind just being Eddie Lacy, to see what he's got left in the tank there. Bo's going to do a little quarterback by committee, but I like Bortles a lot. He's done well this year. I actually have him in a different league, and he's been carrying me. So
yeah. We're also approaching the deadline for trades. I know Bo is always one of the candidates to go and make one of these moves and try to help his team out. So
he's always in it. I never count the coach out. So
all right, it's week 9. Maybe it's a little early, but take yourself out of the equation. We will crown a first-time What's Up Hendry champion this year. True, false, fact, or fiction?
Taking myself out of the equation. You got to do that to me, man. If I can't choose myself, I'm going to have to go with Umanoff. I like his team. I like the way he drafts every year. Deep wide receiver core, good running backs. They've been decent all year, but I think they might take a step forward here. And of course, who could forget? He's still got Brady. Brady's behind the wheel, so
seems to put up more and more points every week. I am very happy you said fact on that question, because Kevin's is really the only other guy in the top, and we know he's not winning it this year. All right, so there you have it. We've had a pretty fun first 8 weeks. We got a couple weeks left here with the trade deadline coming up. You'd like to see some of these draft picks start getting thrown out there.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think we covered it all.
Can I close this out?
Sure. What do you want to say?
These are the facts with Faxing Berlin.
There you have it, folks.